Hi, me again. Way back in 2023, I decided to make 3 videos where I rank all of the films, albums, and games which I consumed that year, and I did it again the following year, in 2024. And guess what? I'm doing it again. So here are the 15 games I played in 2025. But first of all, honorable mentions. These are the games which I've played a little bit of, but not enough where I feel like I can rank them amongst the others. Kentucky Route Zero, Blue Prince, Black Myth Wukong, Total War Warhammer 3, Metaphor Refantatio, and Deep Rock Galactic. I'll see you guys in next year's list. Kicking things off at number 15, we have Grapple Dog. It's like a little platform, puzzle, jumpy, swingy kind of thing. You're a dog with a grapple hook. I played it for a bit and I honestly didn't like it very much, so I just stopped playing. Now I know I had honorable mentions and stuff, but I just literally had no interest in playing this game again, so that's it. I'm never going to play the game again, and because I didn't really like it. You might like it though. Number 14, we have Rat Shaker. Yeah, you just run around shaking a rat, and it's kind of surreal. It was better than it should be, but still not great. At number 13, we have Chants of Sennaar. This is a cool puzzle game where you are basically working out other cultures' languages and then solving puzzles with them, and then you move on to another culture and figure out their language, and then there's sometimes where you have to kind of be like an interpreter between these two cultures, which is really cool. Quite a unique puzzle game. I quite enjoyed it. At number 12, we have Golf with Your Friends. This is a stupid little golf game, but like most things, it's much better when you play with your friends. I'm not very good at this. Number 11, we have Plate Up. This is a really fun game to play with friends. It's like a less polished, more rough around the edges Overcooked. But while Overcooked, I feel like it's more of a party game where you can just like fart around and have fun. With Plate Up, I feel like it's more of a co-op game where you're working together, and there's more of an emphasis on your restaurant succeeding than just throwing tomatoes everywhere like you can do in Overcooked. Number 10. Valhalla, or V411. In this game, you play as a bartender in a bar called Valhalla in the not-too-distant cyberpunk future. Yeah, it's good. It's a visual novel, and I feel like you need to have a certain level of patience to enjoy visual novels, but I don't think the writing is as strong as it could be, and it feels like it's very much written by a guy. If you've played it, you'll know exactly what I mean. A lot of the characters are quite one-dimensional. There's like a couple which I find interesting, but I feel like they're trying to do too many things with these characters. Or like there's a character which is meant to be like the cool kind of badass in a way, but they just say like really dumb things, which I feel like are meant to be badass, but it just comes across a bit cringe. I enjoy the whole bartender simulator kind of thing, and I really like the concept. I just wish it was executed a bit better. But what I'm enjoying about this game is that it takes place over a couple of weeks in December. Like I think it starts on December the 12th or something, and I am playing along each night, but it's quite nice to go back to it each day and be like, oh, what are these people up to in like an Animal Crossing kind of way. But yeah, I've spoken way too much about this game considering it's at number 10. Moving on, number 9, we have Balatro. I cannot say it's an amazing game, but it's probably one of the most addictive games I've ever played. It's basically poker with power-ups. You unlock jokers which give you like buffs and stuff. And yeah, like I said, it's hella addictive. Very fun. I had no idea how to play poker. I still don't know how to play poker, but you can have a lot of fun without knowing how to play poker. Number 8, Gears of War Reloaded. If you'd have told me 18 years ago, Jesus Christ. If you'd have told me 18 years ago that I'd be playing Gears of War again on the PS5, I would have called you crazy. I've always really enjoyed the first Gears of War. I really like the campaign. The multiplayer is dead right now because no one plays this game anymore. But at the end of the day, it's really nice to replay a game that I haven't touched in like 15 years and for it to look good and feel good as well, you know? Number 7, Into the Breach. It's like XCOM, but on a much smaller scale. You get 3 named units which upgrade as your run goes on, and you fight cool, big, scary alien bugs. It's a lot more difficult than you'd expect, but there's such a wide variety in units that you can choose from and like abilities they have and stuff. It is really a lot of fun. If you like tactical kind of RTS turn-based things, then absolutely give this a shot. You will not be disappointed. Coming in at number 6 is Battlefield 6. I'm not much into modern first-person shooters, but this game is a lot of fun, especially if you play with your friends. I say that, but I don't think I'd ever play this game by myself. I'd only ever play it with friends. It's just a really good modern first-person shooter. Like, the guns feel great. It sounds fantastic. There's not much else to really say about it. It's just, if you're into that kind of thing, it's a lot of fun. Coming in at number 5, we have Helldivers 2. Now this is, this game is so fun and ridiculous and insane. You're a squad of 4 jumping into different planets to liberate the alien menace in the name of democracy and Super Earth and liberty and patriotism and all that rah-rah stuff. It's stupid and fun and cool. At number 4, we have Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2. This year I got into Warhammer. Subsequently, I ended up playing this game, and this is just a really tight game, gameplay-wise. Third-person shooter, running around, killing all of these aliens. I'm still not 100% on the lore of 40k, but I can kind of piece things together as to what's going on. I don't know. It is just fun. It's really, really fun. And the only reason I rank this one so high is pretty much just because of the gameplay. It's just so fun. At number 3, we have Thank Goodness You're Here. This is one of the funniest games I've ever played. You play a tiny little man who is sent to the fictional... You play as a small, tiny salesman who is sent to the fictional town of Barnsworth, which is heavily based off Barnsley. I don't remember the original reason why you're sent to this place, but you essentially just get roped into a series of absurd interconnecting shenanigans helping out the townsfolk, and more or less every time when you meet a new person they say, "Oh, thank goodness you're here, lad." It's really funny, very Python-esque, the comedy, and again, yeah, very northern comedy, I'd say. Like, "Hey, you back, kid, how's it going, lad?" It's really fun. Definitely play this game, especially if you're from the north of England. Coming in at number 2, it is Baldur's Gate 3. This game is absolutely fantastic. I'd go as far to say it's one of the greatest games of all time in terms of like writing and characters and story and world building and everything like that, and customization and all sorts. But the reason it's not at number 1 is because I must have put about 100 hours in and I've only just started Act 3. Okay. Do you want to say something? Can I just look? I'm nearly at the end of my list, okay? Can I just... So the reason this game isn't at number 1 is because I've put like 100 hours into the game and I've only just started Act 3. And it's really cool in a way because I love how a modern game can be so deep and you can sink so many hours in and not even come close to finishing it. But for me, oh God. But honestly, it felt like it dragged and I just got burnt out. And it's one of those things where, like, yeah, I'm sure I could have just completed the game in like 50 hours and just skipped a lot of the optional content. But in this day and age, like, that content isn't optional. And a lot of people... Hell. Jesus Christ. Peanut! Where was I? I guess I'm holding this now until the end of the video. Where was I? A lot of people aren't going to be replaying this game for starters. Like, I want to do everything. I could be missing out on some of the best parts of the game because I don't know. Maybe I'm missing like a side quest, which is like the coolest thing ever or something. Or maybe I'm going to miss out on meeting a fantastic character which I wouldn't have met if I didn't stray away from the critical path, you know? And yeah, some people might argue, well, you can always replay it. But I don't want to replay it. A lot of people don't want to replay games now because there are so many games and a lot of them are really long, like this. But yeah, that's just my issue with the game. But outside of that, again, it's absolutely incredible. It's like I said, the characters, the world building, the blah, 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 blah. If you like fantasy at all, give it a go. And number one, my favorite game which I played in 2025 is Elden Ring Night Rain. I am an absolute slut for From Software games. Night Rain is like Elden Ring, but a co-op roguelite where you do a run, pick up powerful weapons, fight bosses, get even more powerful weapons to fight the super duper hard boss at the end. And there's also like a Fortnite Battle Royale map shrinking kind of aspect to it as well, which adds a lot of tension. Each of the characters in Night Rain are so unique from each other and really fun to play in their own ways. It's given me some of the best co-op experiences of the year. It's just as challenging, if not more challenging, than regular Elden Ring. Really cool boss fights. But that goes without saying. I guess the biggest thing that lets it down in comparison to other From Software games is the story and world building. It's nowhere near as fleshed out as any of the other games. I mean, it's because it's a multiplayer focus game. The emphasis is on multiplayer and doing these hunts with your friends and stuff. Yeah, I feel like there's a big theme this year on this list where it's having fun with your friends playing games, which is one of the greatest pleasures anyone can have. But yes, Elden Ring Night Rain, my favorite game which I played in 2025. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you disagree with me. Let me know, and we can have a conversation about games. Yeah, that's it. Bye.